Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever heard that term full stack thrown around and kind of wondered what it actually means? It sounds super complicated, right? Well, today, we're going to demystify it using a really simple project, a student management application. So, you ready to see how the magic really happens? Let's dive in. What it really boils down to is this simple equation. It's all about bringing two very different worlds together to create something that, well, it just works. And yeah, it might seem like magic at first, but I promise by the end of this, you'll know exactly how the trick is done. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the front end. This is the part of any application that you, the user, actually see and interact with. It's the face of the whole operation. Just think about our student management app. When you're looking at that list of students, or maybe you're typing into the form to add a new one, that's all the front end. It's designed to look good, feel intuitive, and just make the whole experience for you as smooth as possible. Okay, so now let's pull back the curtain and look at the other side of the coin, the back end. You see, if the front end is that beautiful, shiny storefront, then the back end, well, that's the busy, powerful engine room that makes everything happen. The back end is where all the heavy lifting goes on. When you click Add Student, it's the back end that grabs that information, makes sure it's correct, and, this is the important part, stores it safely away in a database. It's the powerful brain of the operation that you never actually see. And this table just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got React, handling all the visuals and user clicks, everything you see. And on the other, you have Spring Boot, managing all the logic and the data, the engine. Now, they are two completely distinct pieces of software. And that separation is so important. It means different teams can work on them at the same time, each totally focused on what they do best. Which, of course, brings up a really good question. If the front end and the back end are completely separate worlds, how in the world do they communicate? How does the info you type into a form on your screen actually make it into the database living on some server? Well, the answer, and this is the really cool part, is a crucial piece of tech called an API. You can think of it as the bridge or the translator, the messenger that lets these two worlds connect and work together in perfect harmony. The best way to think about an API is like a waiter in a restaurant. The front end is the dining room, where you are, and the back end is the kitchen. You don't just yell your order to the kitchen, right? No, you give your order to the waiter takes it to the kitchen, and then brings the food back to you. An API does the exact same thing, just with data. To really make this crystal clear, let's actually follow a piece of data on its journey through our app. We're going to add a new student and watch exactly how this whole full stack thing works together. So, step 1, you're on the website and you type the student's information into that React form. The second you hit that Add Student button, boom, that's step 2. The front end makes what's called an API call, shooting that data across the bridge. Then, in step 3, the back end catches it, does its thing, and saves it right into the database. See? Simple. So that right there, that communication, is the secret sauce. That API call is the moment of magic we were talking about earlier. It's the digital handshake that lets two totally independent systems, the pretty user interface and the powerful server logic, act like one single seamless application. And what's the result of all this? The journey's complete. The backend sends a little confirmation message back through the API, and the front end instantly updates the screen to show that new student right there in the list. That entire round trip happens in like a fraction of a second. So there you have it. We've just walked through all the core pieces of a modern full-stack application. Let's just do a super quick final recap to make sure it sticks. So let's break it down one last time. You've got the front end, maybe built with React, that gives the user something to see and click on. Then you've got the back end, using something like Spring Boot, that handles all the serious business with data and logic. And smack in the middle, you have the API, that vital messenger connecting them. Put them all together, and that is full-stack development. The real power here is flexibility. You could totally swap out the website for a mobile app, and as long as it talks to the same API, the backend wouldn't even notice. That's why this architecture is literally everywhere. And just like that, you understand the architecture of a complete application. It's not just about hooking up pieces. It's about building these flexible, powerful systems that can grow and change. You've basically just unlocked the core concept behind countless modern web applications. The magic is explained, and your first full-stack project is, at least conceptually, done. So, what are you going to build next?